Somebody scored their first goal today. Is there a new top line in the NHL? And who's going to win the East? Let's take a look at two teams, shall we? Hey, hockey fans, welcome back. Welcome in if this is your first time joining us for Today in Hockey. I'm Josh. This is the Hockey Flow, and today it's Saturday, November 26, 2022, and it's time for Weekly Observations. That's right, we took a week off, but I appreciate you guys joining me. We're going to take a look at three storylines that have emerged from week 6 and 7 of this NHL season. The season's a quarter of the way through, so we got some big things to look at. As you can see from our agenda, we're going to take a look at Oilers Corner, the new top line in the NHL, and who's going to win the East. We dive deep into the Devils and the Bruins, so stick around for that. If you do enjoy the content, take a moment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, helps us out a ton, and you want to be a part of the best hockey community on YouTube, after all. I do appreciate you guys. You are the best. So, all right, as with every week, we're going to get this puppy kicked off with Oilers Corner. So, tell you what, it's been a little bit of a rough go of it for us Oilers fans. The roller coaster is in full effect, but we had hope today. Today we did have hope. So checking in with the Oilers since last we spoke, they are 2-3 in their previous 5 games. Tell you what, I could have swore we were 1-4, but we did get the Knights in overtime, so happy there. Campbell, Soupy, has looked a little bit better, took a puck off the nose on the bench, broke his nose, had 2 black eyes today, let in 3 goals, but you know what, he looked a lot better. As the game moved on, he gained some confidence, so maybe good news there. The defense, though, my goodness, guys, it is absolutely horrendous, terrible, whatever synonym you want to use for bad. That is the Oilers' defense right now. So as with all of these weekly observations, we're going to dive deep into the data provided by a lot of different sources. We've got a team card courtesy of JFresh Hockey. Big shout out to him. Absolutely appreciate these. We also see a couple of player cards courtesy of Hockey Stat Cards. Love those. And we also see the standings courtesy of NHL.com and our NHL point leaders. So as we work our way through all of our wonderful graphics, we got to look at the standings. So right now we are in 4th place in our division behind Los Angeles, Seattle, and Vegas. Right now, if the season ended, the Oilers would not make the playoffs, and that hurts my heart. But we've still got time to right the ship. Today was a good sign, but overall, we see a lot of red from that player card. We're not scoring goals, and we're letting a lot of goals in. Our penalty kill is close to the worst in the league. Power play, absolutely doing fantastic on that, but doesn't matter if we're letting in 4 or 5 goals a game. So if we take a look at our defense, I'll tell you what, just the eye test, Darnell Nurse, something is wrong with him defensively. Offensively, great. He had a nice moment in today's game, but honestly, that moment was created from him being out of position defensively. He's just kind of doing his own thing, and it worries me a little bit, especially because we have so much money invested into that guy. So hopefully he rights the ship and figures this out. But onto another defender, Tyson Barrie. Man, he has been struggling as well. Showed some flashes offensively to start the season, but lately, he did get another goal there. But boy, it's been rough sailing defensively for him as well. That $4.5 million cap number, that would be one that would be a great one to move. I don't know who's going to take that, though, so it is a little worrisome there. And then Evan Bouchard. So I was all prepared to rip into Evan Bouchard as well, but he did have 2 goals today. Finally got off the schneid, but man, he does have to be better. His expected goals against, we see there in his player card, it's just been peaks and valleys, right? And the eye test hasn't been much kinder to young Evan, but hopefully today is a great way to turn it around, and he really gets it going. But speaking of scoring, secondary scoring, that's been a problem for the Oilers all season. As we see the NHL point leaders through today, we got some games going on, Devils, Caps going on behind me, but this morning here, Connor McDavid, 36 points, Leon Draisaitl, 32. I don't believe that's counting today's game. They each had a point, but either way, they're doing fantastic. Secondary scoring has been the issue. Well, today, the young buck, Dylan Holloway, gets on the board, his first career NHL goal. Love to see that. He did have a good game today, too. Nice to see, but he hasn't been getting a ton of minutes, so I'd like to see him get some more game time. But our other players, man, we really do need someone else to step it up. Hyman's been playing a lot better, but Nugent Hopkins, him as well. But we do have some other holes in that bottom six. We need someone to stand out. Well, today we had some people stand out. McLeod had 3 assists, I believe. So absolutely, I think today's game against the Rangers, I'm hoping it's a turning point. Oilers fans, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And again, congrats to the young Dylan Holloway on his first career goal. All right, moving into our second observation of the week, a new top line in the NHL. So friends of the channel will know I'm a huge advocate for the Robertson, Pavelski, and Hintz line. I think that line is dominant, probably the best line in the NHL. So I like to keep an eye on this sort of thing, and I pulled the numbers courtesy of moneypuck.com. Absolutely love what they're doing over there, and I would highly recommend checking out all their data. But I pulled the defensive lines with at least offensive lines with at least 175 minutes of ice time together, and look at what comes out. Eichel, Stevenson, and Stone, 205 minutes together, 18 games, so 2 games less than the Robertson, Pavelski, and Hintz line, but that expected goals percentage, a little bit higher. Expected goals for, just a skosh under, but the expected goals against, almost a full goal less. So that is fantastic, but that brings up the question, has this line overtaken the Dallas Stars' top line as the best top line in the NHL? Chemistry, all of that. We're not talking about individual players, right? We're talking about this line and how they play together. I tell you what, 205 minutes so far, that is fantastic. I don't know if it's too early yet to call it, but let's take a look at the numbers here. So the Eichel, Stevenson, Stone line, 64.7% expected goal percentage. That is absolutely fantastic. That means with these 3 on the ice together, they are expected to score 64.7% of the time. That is absolutely wonderful. 6.5 expected goals against. That is beautiful. That means they're playing well defensively as well, which we expect that out of the likes of Mark Stone, but it's good to see Stevenson and Jack Eichel. Chandler Stevenson also, though, does kill penalties quite a bit for the Knights, so absolutely good to see Jack Eichel in this company as well. And they are generating 11.9 expected goals for, so that is also fantastic. That means offensively and defensively, they are dominant right now. And this Robertson, Pavelski, Hintz line, no slouch when we're looking at top lines in the NHL. They have been, arguably the top line the last 2 seasons. They did it last year, kept the gang together, and they're doing it again this season. Consistency is a really big deal, right? We like to see bigger sample sizes. Season's a quarter of the way through. This isn't a huge sample size, but still 205 minutes together. That's a nice little sample size. But which line is best? Let me know in the comments. Which line do you prefer? I think right now, gosh, I've been such an advocate for that Hintz, Robertson, Pavelski line, but right now what Vegas is doing, these are 2 first-place teams right now, by the way, but with what Vegas is doing, Eichel, Stevenson, Stone, I might have to take them at the moment. Again, let me know in the comments. I appreciate you guys. All right, moving on to our last, but most certainly not least, observation of the week, the best of the East, Boston and New Jersey, the East Giants, my goodness. So no one expected the New Jersey Devils to be where they are at this point in the season, and I tell you what, they are for real. Absolutely fantastic to see all these young players turning the corner, the team playing as one defensively. They are out of this world right now. We're going to take a look at the numbers courtesy of JFresh Hockey, but right now, we're just taking a look at the standings, the Metropolitan and the Atlantic. We see New Jersey and Boston top of the charts in their categories. New Jersey first. Let's take a look at the Devils. As I said, they are for real, and good for you, Devils fans. You guys, it's been a rough go of it the last few years, so good for you guys. I'm happy for you. Good to see when your draft talent actually hits, right? Nico Hischier, Jack Hughes. I'm excited for Luke Hughes. Man, the future is bright in New Jersey as well, but I digress. So let's take a look at the Devils here. 21 games played so far. As I said, they're playing the Caps right now. 17 wins, only 4 losses, no overtime loss of 34 points. That is absolutely fantastic. Their 5-on-5 expected goals and expected goal, or for and against, absolutely stands out. So as we see in that chart, we're comparing the Bruins and the New Jersey Devils. That's really where the Devils stand out. The 5-on-5 goals goals for. They are ranked first in the NHL. Also in expected goals for, too. So that means it's not a ton of luck or anything like that. They are actually delivering. They're creating good chances, and they're actually putting them away. We even see for our real analytic friends, the Corsi, they are number 1 in 5-on-5 Corsi. So 5-on-5 has really been where the Devils have been dominating, and that is absolutely great to see. And even when we look at offensively and defensively, both sides of the puck, they are just playing beautifully, and they've been getting a little tendy play out of Vanacek lately, and that goes a long way. But let's take a look at the Boston Bruins. So, well, actually, you know what? Before I go to the Bruins, I did want to call out this defensive pairing. We're going to talk about defense. We brought up an offensive pairing or an offensive line. We got to look at the defensive pairing as well. So I ran the numbers again. Defensive pairs with at least 175 minutes. The New Jersey Devils have the top 2 pairs. We see right there Siegenthaler and Hamilton, Smith and Severson. Absolutely been fantastic. We didn't just sort this by Devils. This is literally 1 and 2. So again, they're absolutely playing fantastic. They are for real. Lindy has the boys humming. Now let's move on to Boston. All right, so I will admit it 1,000%. I was wrong about the Bruins. Absolutely. I thought age, injuries, right? They were dealing with McAvoy and Marchand both being out to start the season. I didn't think they were going to be able to overcome that. On top of the age of the team, Patrice Bergeron, he's getting up there, right? I don't care if he just won the Selke. Not everyone, you can't beat Father Time. Father Time is undefeated. Well, tell you what, Father Time's got to run for his money right now because Patrice Bergeron is having a fantastic season, playing some of the best hockey of his career. Going to be up there for the Selke again this season. Hopefully, maybe someone like Ropa Hintz, though, can keep progressing. But I tell you what, if Bergeron keeps playing like he is, absolutely, I think he's got another Selke in his future. But they've also navigated injuries, right? We mentioned Marchand and McAvoy. They're both back, and the team is absolutely humming. 21 games played, 18-3-0, good for 36 points. Absolutely fantastic. And if we take a look at their numbers as well, we also pulled their team card courtesy of JFresh Hockey. We see a lot of blue. We see a lot of top 5s. The only thing they're not actually in the top 5 on that team card, expected goals for, and that's okay because they're still scoring goals for 5th in the league. Goals against defensively, again, defense wins championships. The more we look at this, feels like that might be the case. Of course, you're going to have to score goals, and both of these teams have stars too, right? We didn't really touch too much on with the Devils, but look at the stars that are shining. Jesper Bratt, Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, they're playing fantastic. You look at the Bruins, you got Pasta, Marchand, McAvoy, Bergeron, Krejci's back. They got the game back. This is going to be a great race for the East, but who's going to win it? Let me know down in the comments. I tell you what, if I had to pick today, I'd maybe picking Boston just because they've got a little more history. New Jersey, this is all new and exciting. The Young Bucks haven't really cut their teeth in the playoffs just yet, so maybe this is their chance to do that, and then next season they'll be primed for a big run to the Stanley Cup. But I think if I had to pick today, I'm probably picking Boston. But let me know in the comments, guys. I do appreciate you. That's going to do it for our weekly observations. If you've made it this far, again, let me know in the comments. What does Edmonton need to do? Do we need to shake it up, make some trades? Which line is the new top line in the NHL? Or is there a new top line? Did the Dallas Stars get supplanted? Let me know in the comments. And last but most certainly not least, who is going to win the East? Is it going to be Boston, New Jersey, maybe someone we didn't talk about? Let me know down in the comments, guys. I do appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would appreciate that as well. And smash that like button. But until next time, hockey fans, I appreciate you all. Cheers!